Hi, internets.
Hello, Tumblr, I'm coming.
No, he's not.
See, I thought we were saving the not safe for work ones.
We might have to cut this. It wasn't asked, but I'm sure somebody's probably gonna wanna. This is a white peach cider.
Yes.
I also had a strawberry margarita that was a blended one that was about the size of my head, but that's been a while ago, so it's probably out of my system, or at least partially out of my system now, and
I am drinking a pear cider, which I forget the brand, but it is a crisp pear cider. And I did not have the margarita because I was driving. Margarita? What the heck is that? Great! I have had 3 sips and already I can't speak. This is gonna be wonderful!
I don't know how much this is. Whatever.
All of it.
Okay, so Grimbart Dark Paw Prince asks, what is your favorite season and why?
I am a fan of spring seasons because it's generally not too warm yet. There is still some cool, but you have a nice mix of days. Maybe I'm partial to April just because it's my birthday.
And I tend to be a fall person because spooky season, as well as it's cool, but it's not cold yet. And also, I'm glad to be someplace where the leaves actually change now, because for a while I was not. So, also, for a while where I was fall would be when you get weather that wasn't scorching because sweat. What is the last movie that you've never seen before? What was it about? And how did you like it? I'm going to have him go first because we watched something more recently that he's seen. So
Absolutely. So we watched Little Shop of Horrors, which I know, gasp, I haven't seen yet. Well, I have now, as of yesterday. And if you aren't familiar, because you're one of the only other people like me that haven't seen it yet, it is a musical kind of set in the Skid Row city. I forget what the actual city is supposed to be. But anyway, big city. You got folks that are not doing so hot, going bankrupt sort of thing. And then a mysterious plant is found and it brings good luck to the store. And there's more spoilers, but essentially there is mystery and suspense and corniness and love stories and dentistry. Blood. And blood.
Last one I'd never seen before.
Oh, to interrupt. Yes, I did like it.
I don't remember. I know we watched Castlevania Nocturne, but that is not a movie. That is a show. Barbie might have been the last one I'd seen that I haven't seen before. Yes, it was very good. Considering these questions are being asked on Tumblr, pretty sure everybody at this point has seen what Barbie is about. Yes, I enjoyed it. Yes, Barbie.
I haven't seen it yet. I have seen all the GIFs, so I might as well have seen it in GIF format.
And like I said, I think that's the last one. Jewel can potentially correct me if I'm wrong. If you could only wear one color for a year, what color would it be and why? Maybe black, just because I have a fair amount of black in my wardrobe. Plus, I don't know if that's, hey, I can only wear that one color, or I can wear that one color with, I have to wear that one color, but can wear other things, in which case black matches most stuff. If it's, I can only wear one color, it's still probably gonna be black, because, you can find more of it, maybe. So a lot of times I do black leggings things anyway. Currently I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing purple with spider leggings.
Probably same. Honestly, black is just useful. That's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah, it's fine on its own. The only alternative was maybe purple, but if you get too much purple, like tops and bottoms, then it just is too much sometimes. And I say this as the kid who, when I was younger, had a like sweatshirt that was tomato red, and it was tops and bottoms. And so I ran around in rubber boots and tops and bottoms of red. So one solid color that's not black. I'd say white, but white is just, I'm not going to wear white as an all color. Just no. So black, I think black is I'll stick with, that seems the most safe, if you will. And coffee.
What is your favorite scent?
Good question. I kind of want to say like cedarwood or I think it's cedarwood. That kind of like sharp, but it's got kind of a deep, I hate to say it, it's got a sharp and deep woody smell because it's wood. But like pine trees and like pine like wood and stuff is sticky in scent to me, partly because I live around a lot of pine trees, so I associate that. But like cedarwood has always had a very nice soothing smell to me. So
it's a hard one. Maybe like a spearmint eucalyptus type thing, or like a vanilla type thing. Secret deodorant used to have a vanilla chai, and that might be, at least in terms of scents that I can remember still, that might be, or at least it would be on the list of scents that I really enjoy. I think they discontinued it, and I'm not sure I have seen it in like literal years, but it smells pretty good.
Nice. I think my alternative smell would be like petrichor, like that fresh smell of rain sort of thing.
Okay. Did you want to end it, or do we want to do the next two?
I think we should have time to do the next two.
Okay. What are your favorite fictional characters?
I like that there's fictional characters. So the bookshelf. Now, let's see. That's a bit hard because it is still broad. I'm gonna go with one of them at the very least. As far as like comics, I like Spider-Man. That's probably one of my favorite superheroes characters, just because he tends to, like, even though he has superpowers, he tends to be more relatable, which is funny to say for somebody with spider powers. But I relate to the think like the no thinky type thing. Think bad, instincts bad. I feel like I am forgetting some, clearly, because I do like a lot of different characters. That was the first one that jumped out.
That is part of the reason I asked whether or not we wanted to do, because I'm like, there's a lot. Let's see. Well, I'm looking at the bookshelf, and there's clearly Lord of the Rings there, so most of the characters. Jack and Sam from SG-1. Let's see. Also Daniel. What else?
I like Lamp.
Kane. This is a lot harder than it sounds. I'm sure there's a giant list, and I will think of more.
Star Trek Picard figure over there. I like Picard. Was probably not one of my first celebrity crushes, but one I distinctly like. This is a celebrity crush. So, like Picard. I also like Lana from Deep Space Nine.
Since he's talking about celebrity crushes, we've got to go with Ash Williams, because Bruce Campbell is one of Sean's loves. Pretty much any character Rick Moranis plays, let's be honest here. So, Seymour was very good, and part of why I made him watch Little Shop.
Suddenly Seymour.
I'm sure there's a ton of folks I'm forgetting right now. Han and Leia. I'm sure there will probably be more fictional characters we talk about as more.
Hellboy for me.
Yeah.
That's it. I think that's the hard part breaking down is like by genre. Like if it's film, video game, book, there's just a ton. So trying to remember all of them, but.
Also, he's got Coraline on the bookshelf, and I literally saw that in theaters at one point semi-recently. July, they had, I think it was an anniversary or something for Coraline. So it was, in the movie theaters, and then they did like a behind-the-scenes thing, and also, apparently there's an exhibit at Mohawk. Like now-ish? I don't know. How did you first get into gaming?
I'm gonna modify that a little bit to like tabletop gaming, because PC gaming I've done for as long as I had access to a computer. Technically longer. Well, console gaming is when I first got one. So, but I'm gonna go with tabletop gaming because that one had more of a distinct. Because it was considered bad and Satanist when I was growing up by my parents. So it didn't happen until after I moved out. I think I might have been like 22 at the time. And I had some friends that because I realized that I probably would enjoy like D&D and stuff just after I started learning more about it. But didn't get into it, had nobody to play with. And then roommates at the time, they lived... I should say my roommate, I think their partner or whatever at the time, like lived a few doors down type of thing. So they were like right in the same area. And so they invited me to what started as a D&D game for a couple sessions. And then the GM at the time decided he wanted to run a Shadowrun game. So he teleported all our characters to the future. So I went from having just learned all the D&D stuff, played a couple sessions, and then suddenly I had to relearn everything for Shadowrun, including importing my character from D&D 3.5 edition to 3rd edition Shadowrun. I was playing a druid. They sort of translate. Sort of. Not at all. But it was interesting. So for the longest time, Shadowrun was like my favorite game because I think we ended up playing a campaign for almost 2 years, and it was like weekly for a bit. Which is quite long. But that was kind of my introduction to gaming, and then off and on, well, for a while it was off because once I moved, we just didn't meet up again. So there's a long span of almost a decade before I got to play again, and now I'm playing online with folks.
I also assume this is about tabletop, although it could be something else. So, semi-related Adventure Quest, like, long ago, and then, like, AmberCon was probably the first, official run. My husband, Sean, Sean's passed, used to go to a diceless role-playing convention called AmberCon, and while he was alive, I did not get the chance to go with him. At one point we were talking about it, but it is typically around Palm Sunday, which is around spring break, and at the time I was working retail across from the beach, so getting multiple days off in a row to be able to go up to the gaming convention is in Michigan, in Livonia, to get time off multiple days in a row was probably going to be difficult, so I did not. And then after he passed, I went anyway and ended up enjoying it. I played, one of the characters I played was like a general who shapeshifted and could like eat things and use what they ate to like control their shape or size. Like I ate a tree and was able to turn into like a bear even though I started out with tiny. Well, not real tiny, like I wasn't like gnome size, but I was like, you know, my size or shorter, which is, you know, fairly tiny, especially when you're talking about turned into a bear. I did a apothecary potions type character who there was a thing where magic or evil or something had messed with contraceptive / fertility potions, so I wound up being preggo with like demon spider babies. I think a demon baby and a spider baby or something.
We've all been to college.
It was fun. It was a little weird. Awesome game though. There was a game where we were protecting the hind, and like it was based on mythical swords of, I want to say, Scandinavia, and you like designed your character based on which of the swords you had pulled. It was kind of awesome. I had written a story years ago about like a wish factory thing, and you know, careful what you wish for warehouse thing that I wound up getting to play as part of, like I wound up getting to play my wish agent as part of one of the games because I fleshed them out a little more. So it was pretty cool. I'm sure there's probably other games from that convention I'm forgetting. Oh, Magical Customs. I got to decide whether or not particular fae creatures and stuff could cross the border into the human realm or whatever, and there was a fae king thing. It was cool. It was kind of Papers, Please, but as a LARP type situation. Each of the PCs were customs agents, and we rotated between different, hey, this group checks passports, this group checks to make sure nobody's bringing in contraband, this group checks to make sure something else. It was nice. I'm sure there's probably more games I'm forgetting, but it was awesome. And shortly I am going to be playing a Star Wars game, which is, I'm gonna play Ender's palette thing. More to come on that at some point, I'm sure.
To be coming soon. Coming soon and later. Alright, I think that'll cut that one for now. We got some more questions, so we'll have round two when we have round two.